All right, guys, let's get started here. I got a great one for us. Super excited to be doing this training. One of my favorites to do with my team members. All right. The more money your prospect spends, the better. So, owning the price, not for the sake of making money, but for the sake of making an impact. So, this is going to be a perspective shift training, and it's going to put on a new perspective lens for you. And by doing that, you're going to RIP traces of scarcity thinking, because I know that everybody has this, right? Your team members, especially your team members, if they're not closing over 50%, I assure you that they're dealing with that. You're going to make the money about your customer, not about you, because it's not about you. You're just the vessel. And by making this shift here, guys, it's actually going to make closing bigger ticket easier for you. And I'm gonna tell you why. You're gonna see why. We're gonna eliminate infrastructural shakes and shivers when pitching big, and eliminate dropping the price too quickly. And this is ultimately going to increase your conversions for you. So again, you came in with this perspective lens on. We're going to take this one off. You're going to leave wearing a new lens. By doing that, you're going to close higher, close more often, get more impact, and naturally the things that come out of your mouth are going to be aligned to this training, and ultimately going to help you increase conversions. Pretty cool. Let's talk science. Here's a behavioral truth. Where our money goes, we go. Where our money goes, we go. And right now, Tina or Jim is carrying a certain identity, right? There's an identity here, there's an identity here, right? Now, for a second, let's pretend that this was Jim, and here is his new version of him, and he's 100 pounds lighter than him, and he's right here. Here's an identity. Let's say the same thing with Tina, 100 pounds lighter here. Here's an identity. There's an identity here. They're carrying an identity. And as they're carrying identity, it's almost like pretend that they're carrying luggage. They're carrying luggage. And inside their luggage is their identity, the pillars of their identity. And inside of that luggage, inside the identity equals their luggage. And inside the luggage is all the behaviors, beliefs, routines, foods, drinks, self-care quality, and money distribution that makes them who they are today. It's just who they are inside that. It's all the behaviors, beliefs, routines, foods, drinks, self-care quality, money distribution that makes them who they are today. And the reality is that the team in the gym that's 100 pounds less than what they weigh now is going to have a differently, entirely new set of luggage. And because they have a new set of luggage, meaning they have a new identity, they're going to have a new set of behaviors, beliefs, routines, foods, drinks, self-care quality, and money distribution that makes them who they are, right? That's just a given, right? Because they're the same person, they're just the same result, different result, a different end result, a result of the things, the behaviors, beliefs, routines, blah, 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 that's in their luggage, right? So knowing that, it would make sense if someone's trying to get something, right? If I'm Tina, 250 pounds, and this is my luggage, and this is all the behaviors, beliefs, da, 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 and I want to be 150 pounds, right? I ultimately want to have inside my luggage the same behaviors, beliefs, da 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 that's in this piece of luggage at 150 pounds. Because ultimately, no matter what, at some point, I'm going to have to carry that identity. I'll even say that to my customers or my prospects. At some point, you're going to have to do this. At some point, you're going to have to. Because ultimately, who you are now and who you're going to be 100 pounds lighter, a lot is going to change. That includes where you put your money, right? So let's start with the little girl Sephora story. Some of you guys have already heard this. So a little girl, right here, there she is walking into Sephora, right? And why is this so damn important? Where our money goes, our value lies. So again, this is why it's important. Where our money goes, our values lie, right? So she's going to Sephora, and she says that she wants to become a woman. This is Diet Coke, by the way. It's not sugar Coke. I don't play like that. She wants to become a woman really bad. She wants to grow up, right? I mean, think about the time when you were little and you wanted to be XYZ or da-da-da, right? So she's taking action on that. She's hiking herself into Sephora. She gets to the front desk, and the clerk walks up to her and asks, "How can I help you, sweetheart?" She says, "I want to become a woman." So the desk clerk says, "Okay, how badly do you want to do it?" She says, "Real bad." She says, "Okay, I got just a thing for you." So she brings her a kit, right? All the basics, foundation, shadow, all the things you ladies, basic things, necessities you guys wear. She says, "You're going to apply this and this and this like this," shows her how to do it, brings her through it, does it for her, and you're going to do that every single day, right? She says, "Okay, I'll do it," right? She pays the money. It's $100 per month. She says, "This is a part of who you are in your routine." So she goes on, right? She starts applying the makeups, does it every single day. And she sets aside a certain amount of money every single month to do that thing, right? Because that's what she has to do to be the end result she wants to be, which is being a woman. So she pays the money. It's just what she does because that's the identity that she now carries, right? That is so damn important. Not just from where our money goes, our values lie, but just for Tina's sake. For Tina's sake. So if we know that that the luggage that Jim and Tina carries now is not the right luggage, it's not going to help her get to the 100-pound fat loss goal, then she gets to make the necessary changes now to start manifesting her new reality, right? This includes where she puts her money. It includes where he or she puts their money, right? They're in an identity now, certain luggage, habits, behaviors, beliefs, da 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 da. They want to be here, different luggage, different habits, behaviors, da da da, and where their money goes. So if they want to go here, they have to go here. The money has to go. Has to go in the right, has to go to you for your supplements, for your training, for your coaching, for your front end offer, right? Okay. And here's another thing. If you were to take a 10,000 foot perspective, like if you and I were to take a step back and look at the 150-pound Tina and Jim bank account versus the 300-pound Tina and Jim bank account, it's going to look a lot different. A lot different, right? There's going to be negative $100 on McDonald's, or negative $100 bar XYZ, or Buffalo Wild Wings, or Dave and Buster's, $50 chocolate Valentine's Day subscription that we do, or Christmas cookies, or cookies for the office, or da da da. So pet products and paws and all this stuff, right? You go to the 150-pound identity, you're going to see negative $75 Sprouts, negative $30 Gym XYZ, negative $1,000 online coaching program X, right? Like, why is that? Because the identities call for that type of investments, because they're carrying that result, right? And that is so important, because the sheer act of investing instantaneously changes the course of your prospect's focus, values, and behavior. Instantaneously. That's how fucking important the investment is. Like, literally instantaneously changes the course of their focus, their value, and the behavior. Focus, value, the heart, behavior, the do, instantaneously. Is it worth fighting for the close if we knew that we were going to change 3 foundational things that drive a human being? Absolutely. Yet we don't do it because we don't know this. Now you know this. Now you can get on the phone. You can really take it all away, right? It's like being the captain and handing your shipmate their compass for the first time. That's what the close is like. It's like, here, you go this way, right? It's like they're in the woods. They don't know where the hell they're going. Here's your compass. And guys, this is just the way it is, right? And the cool part is, the larger the investment, the larger the shift. That's the fucking amazing thing about it. You guys have all spent a lot of money to be here. The thing I love about that is, whether it was 2K or it was 20K, the investment, the price tag is more for you than it is for me. Because the more money and skin you put in the game, the more skin you put into sucking up all the juice and education of this program. So knowing that, right? Knowing that, doesn't it make sense to pitch big and really own it? At that point, because it has nothing to do with us, it has everything to do with them. The more they spend, the more vested they are into the thing, the more they'll do the do. Bottom line. So look at it like this. The more Tina and Jim pays, the more they pay attention. So I really want you to take that and believe that moving forward. The more Tina and Jim pays, the more they pay attention. So it's almost like this. I got this Gucci bag here, right? Gucci backpack. I love Gucci. I ain't scared to admit it. I got into sales. I love Gucci. I love that shit. Can't help myself. When I first got that backpack, I treated it like a newborn for the first month. The first month. I'd polish it, I'd clean it, I'd sit it up nicely on the chair. I ain't scared. I'm going there. Why was that? This $2,000 backpack, stupid. Because that was the value I had for it. There was $2,000. I got $2,000 worth of my attention, right? I mean, granted, it's dirty now and beat up. Eventually, it dissipated, and I think that's what happens with perishable goods, right? But there was value invested in it. I treated it as such, right? I took care of it. $100 bill story, another great story. I wanted to work on my work ethic with training, right? I was paying 83 cents a day or something like that at a gym next door. And if I missed a workout, it only cost me less than $1. Not much of a pain point. And I said, I need to up the ante. I'm not spending enough money. Spent thousands of dollars on this boxing trainer where it costed me $100 per session, $100 per hour, right? $100 per hour. And if I didn't show up, $100 split like that, hurt like a bee, you know what, right? So you bet your bottom dollar I was there 15 minutes early with my boxing gloves ready to go, right? Ready to go. And because I spent more, the flame under my ass cheeks was bigger. And by having that, the harder I worked and the more serious I took it. The same applies to your prospect. I need you to hold on to that, man. I need you to hold on to that. You got to believe that. So knowing that makes us wonder why we step down so quickly. Some of you guys hear the price objection, you scurry and run away instead of holding your ground 2 to 3 times, right? You think if I step down that it's actually going to make her want to buy more, when in reality it hurts you. You're shrinking. You're showing that you don't believe in it, right? But now you know that it's not even believing in it. It's like owning this close for the sake of them getting the best result possible. Second, the more Tina Jim pays, the further away they distance themselves from a try-it-out commitment. That is so important. The more Tina Jim pays, the further away they distance themselves from a try-it-out commitment. Here's the reality, guys. Tina and Jim have been trying it out. They don't need to try it out. Trying it out is not doing anything for them. The average female invests 5 times per year in her health and fitness and fails. Probably the same for men, especially men over the age of 30. Right? They've been trying it out. They need to commit. They need to stick to the game plan. They don't need to fling. It ain't gonna do nothing for them. They don't need to fling. They need to do, right? 97% of people that lose their weight within 6 months gain it all back within 2 years. That is a real thing. 3% stick it out. That's horrifying, right? So they don't need to try it out. They need to dive all the way in. The best way to represent that dive is the amount of money that they spend, right? Because trying it out doesn't work, right? Making a decision in a long-term commitment does. So the larger the price tag, the larger the commitment, period, 100%. And the last thing, guys, is health is cheaper than illness. And I believe that at some point, if we don't take care of our health, if we don't take care of our stuff, if we don't take care of certain things in certain areas of your life, like you guys in your sales, you realize that if I don't handle this now, I'm going to keep struggling. I'm never going to get to where I want to be. I need to spend the money. Here we go. Here you are, right? So at some point, you, me, the customer is going to pay. And we're either going to pay the price of good health now, or we're going to pay the price of bad health later, period. Bottom line, end of story, right? So this is your permission slip to sell, to close the deal, to do the do, to get on the board, get the cash, close the deal, right? Because it's not about you, it's about them. And they are getting an opportunity. You're not just asking. Here's the thing. I don't want you to think that you're taking from them. You're giving to them. You're giving them an opportunity to give to themselves. And by doing that, by making a decision, they put themselves now in a position to give in a commitment, create a lifestyle change, and get a result. So this is your permission to sell, and to sell big. Don't shrink the price. Ask with some confidence. Damn it. It's one time $299 US. It's going to be everything you need. You want to do this on a Visa or you want to do this on a MasterCard? It's going to be a one-time charge of $5,000 US. How would you like to get started? We accept Amex, right? Own it. Don't shrink. Own it, right? This is your permission slip. And you're not being a dick and a ripoff by asking what you're worth. So for those of you that feel like you have imposter syndrome, snap out of it and really ask yourself, well, what's the truth? I mean, if you are overcharging, do something about it. But typically, it's a limiting belief, right? And some people feel bad and have shame for asking what they're worth. Don't be scared to do that, right? You're actually doing them a favor when they spend more, right? And nobody wins if one party loses, right? Everybody wins when the investment is serving the supplier and servicing the customer, bottom line. So let this be the confidence boost for you to get on the phone, ask for the money, really own it, and know it's nothing about you and it's everything about them and the identity that they get to step into and act from to get to where they want to be. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Good job.